Hello all, Dr. Fox back here with you. You would have been seeing me bumping and bouncing all over the way back in here. I kind of felt like Trent and Allie when they're going up their mountain. No, it gets, you have to get in a four-wheel drive when you come up this back dirt road on where I live. It's up here in New England, in the state of Maine. Yeah, like mid-Maine. And I know a lot of you had kind of missed. I've been getting a lot of emails, so that's really sweet of all you. Thank you for thinking of me. I really appreciate that. I'm all bundled up still because I'm just finally home. It's been a couple of rough weeks. I haven't got much sleep, and I'm sure you could probably see it if I took my glasses off. But I'm completely exhausted. I put a little makeup on after I tidied up my face earlier, but I know a lot of you were like, oh, we didn't get to hear your voice. Well, I ran into a lot of technical difficulties, so I thought I'd share at least this mid to late week. And I'm gonna try to get my laundry and shower in tomorrow. I mean, I still clean myself up with the 10-gallon waters I have in there, the 4 2.5s. And I thought I'd share this with you all real quick here. Oh my God. Almost $400. Actually, it was over 400. I think it came to like, what was it? 404 or something. Horrific. Now, don't get me wrong. I needed a new 50-footer anyway. I just wish they could have, and I ended up having to do a surge. All right, let me back up for a minute. So I've been smelling this burnt rubber smell, and then some go, oh my God, I'm just grateful that like it didn't burn. So am I said the same thing. And I also, and no, for those that are asking, I was not using a space heater. Some will think, well, then they're like, well, it shouldn't have happened, but there still could have been something faulty going on. We know this stuff can still happen in electrical. So I have my really nice upgraded connector outside. I mean, those guys did an amazing job last year when they put all that electrical in, and it's been working great. And I was just going through the steps. I was woken up at 3 o'clock this morning, all groggy, bumping into stuff, and it was kind of chilly and cold. So I turned my thermostat. Thank God for my propane, because that between that and the battery, I can still run the little LED lights inside, the radio. I don't like complete silence. I like to have the radio on. Right now, for many of you that know my channel know that I have the music turned down right now. I always crank it when not crank it, but I have it up when I'm driving around. And I have it turned down because of YouTube's, like, you pick up music, and yet there's other people I know that do similar vlogs, and they can crank the music. They put the artist and title in there, and it keeps it. But every time I put music, it like blocks it like, nope, Dr. Fox, we don't want your video up. I'm like, all right, that's fine, because there's other people that don't even want me to exist, but I won't get into that right now. Anyway, so I had been smelling this rubber smell the last couple of days, and I'm going, what is that? And I kept trying to figure it out, and I was trying to sniff around, and I checked my electrical panel, and I checked everything I've been doing, and I'm like, that is such a funky smell. And I tried to look it up online. There's like nothing other than the reference of like locking up brakes for rubber smell. Like, I couldn't find nothing. And I'm like, oh my, and I'm sure if I dug deep enough, maybe, or had the right wording or something. Anyway, so the first thing I did this morning while I'm bumping into stuff is I go and I check all my fuses. I pull, they look like literally truck and car fuses. Vehicle fuses. That's what they are. The little surge box. To be honest, if I built a tiny house, I would love like the surge box setup they have in there. It's a 30 amp. I use 30 amps in there, and just every piece I have inside that travel trailer, I'd love to put that into like a little home, like a smaller home unit like that, not your full size powering kind of unit. But anyway, so I check all the fuses. I only had to take a couple of them out. One of them was discolored, like different. They're all like see-through blue. And there was a solid blue, and I know sometimes they sell some like that. And I was like, maybe that one overheated. So I pulled it out. Nope. The little, I call it the upside down V, or like the pulse. Boop, like that. That was still there. Usually if it's broken, it'll look like that usually, and there'll be little burn charred edges of it. is usually what it looks like inside the fuse. And I used my light from my phone, and I'm like angling, trying to check. I could see every little V connected, and I'm like, I did find one at the top on the main surge. There was some microscopic, tiny little, I think it was foam in there, and there was some kind of charring on it. I was like, that's odd. So I scraped the charring off. I was just going to replace it, which I was trying to pick up more 15 amps today, but I wasn't able to do that today. I'll have to do that next, one of my next trips. But it seemed fine, and I had to use, like, I tried tweezers. It was pushing it in too far. I had to use these, like, little tiny scissors they have at, like, the Dollar Tree. There's this little kit you get for you know, clipping your nails, and there's these little tiny scissors in there, and they have these little angled edges. So I used that, and I got it out. It was like a microscopic little tiny piece of styrofoam. I thought maybe it's a spider egg or something, you know, not to be gross. So I got that out. I put it back in. I checked that. I turned all the surge switches off. I'm like, wow, I didn't hear nothing go off. Everything's still on. My LED lights are on. My radio's working. Now I'm like, the television's on. I tried every outlet. It was the full electrical outlet setup. But the little blue out, thank God for the USB LEDs. I could still power my phone this morning. And I'm actually, why I'm talking to you right here in my truck, is I'm getting this video done while I'm still plugged in. And thank goodness, I always try to do something when I'm out and about that I can sort of do two things at once, multitask. Thank goodness the phone is multitasking. And it's got to charge today, and I had to take a trip in, not by choice. And so with all that, and so I waited a little bit longer in the morning, and I checked the end of the big plug, amp plug going in. That seemed fine. I checked it. I was trying to make sure that they had electrical in the home. I texted them, but I know that usually when the internet's on, I go, okay. If their internet is still running, then they have power. So I knew it had to be somewhere between the cord and inside. I'm thinking, God, I hope I didn't like burn wiring or something inside my travel trailer. So after all this diagnosis and all morning long, I finally go out and I'm checking and trying to tug and pull and get the I guess you could call it travel trailer or RV extension cord, even though I know it has a different name for it. It's like the really thick stuff. It's not your traditional extension cord. It's like the high density. And I was trying to dig that out, see if maybe there was an issue with the plug, or maybe my first guess was, I thought, okay, maybe a rodent got inside my RV and chewed up a wire or something. And I'm thinking, oh God. So I checked that. I went all the way around. I end up unscrewing the power, and my hesitation is starting to give you the clue where I'm going with this. And oh man. Sure enough, I'm sure some of you already knew this, saw this coming from a mile away, but yep, it was, I'll have to put them up on Instagram later, but it was charred, like half of it was charred. And I was like, oh, thank God, like the RV didn't like set on fire, especially with all the ones they'd had lately. And I was just like, you know, and every other like really bad thing went flying through my head, you know, all morning long. So I undid it, and I thought, okay, we'll try to scrape the char off, only to find out that there's 3 copper metal, no, not copper, but like a metal shaped like the plug is coming out. The upper, if you look at it, the upper right was just all loosey-goosey, and I'm thinking, oh no, the whole unit is going to need to be replaced. So before I made my long trip, I called the RV place that I bought my RV from, and thank goodness they had it in stock. And then I got in there, and I'm trying to find, like, I just hope I got the right thing. One of the sales guys came by. Oh, don't get me started. you know, you'd think so. I'm not gonna get into it right now, but I wanted to eat before I left, and I ended up, I don't normally eat much fast food. It's maybe once or twice a month when I go out, when I take Adam out with me, when we go out and get our groceries every couple of weeks. But I broke down. I had a little Whopper burger. That is not endorsed by them, by the way. I just happened to buy that, and I'm showing that on camera. I only showed part of it, so I could slightly block it anyway. I don't normally do that. I drink, those that know me, I'm a very healthy gal. And I drink water 99.9% of the time. And then Saturday nights, to celebrate I got through another week, I'll have like a little sparkling 0 calories. Like, I do all these really good, healthy things I do. And for those that know me. And so all this leading up now is, let's see if I can pull this. This is like the 50-footer for this thing. Freaking crikey. So there's, I had to make sure it was that specific adapter type. And then the other end was this, so it will plug in. And now I have about a 30-footer of the other one, but I would have had to plug it in. And I didn't want to take the chance of that one charring, but I also knew I was going to eventually need a backup, so this is kind of my backup. And I was like, damn it, I hope this doesn't happen again. So I know sometimes they, you know, not sometimes, but they try to upsell you. But I just thought, okay, I should probably get this surge protector. I know how expensive it is. So I got that. That was the 50 feet. Where's the, okay. And I at least the guy was nice enough to tell me. I said, is this the correct adapter? Is it the same 3-prong it's 30. It's 30 amp. I know they're different. There's a 30 amp type and then there's a 50 amp type. And well, I'm just trying to summarize. So I went for the kid surge protector. I'm sure it's overkill, but freaking crikey, $400 just, anyway. And then finally, oh wait, there's still another piece here somewhere. I'm trying to find where I put that little, where's the little, I don't know. I gotta, oh, I think it's, oh, it's over there. Okay. But then you've got your 3-prong to change it to, this is the type that's on the travel trail. And I was trying to stick to that same style. It's 30 amps. So it's got the, I don't know if you can see that. I was gonna open that up, but do like an unboxing like a lot of my other videos, but I mean, we're here now. I'm gonna need it in a few minutes. So there it is. There's the, so there, that's the 3-prong. And then this one goes in and you screw it in like that. So, and then it's got this type on it. So I'll be, and then turning it, and then you screw that on to keep it airtight. I also noticed there was no spackle or no sealant, and maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, share that in the description if you know otherwise. And maybe you don't have to do it that way, but the 4 long screws holding it on the wall, I thought maybe some of the water dripping down could have caused some kind of issue, but it was never sealed. And normally I would go around and seal up anything when I get some kind of van or travel trailer or anything that or you know, truck, whatever I'm doing. I always go back and I'll caulk to make sure. And I've been meaning to caulk that back there, and I got, life took over and all this stuff. So I'm hoping that, and someone will go, well, yeah, see, life took over, so you're paying for it. And I hate that, to have to feel like that, you know. So I have the 4 screws, and I've got some caulking I'm going to put around it. I hope that's still safe, but someone throw that in the comments below if it's not. But I've double checked my research, and everything and every person I've talked to says it's okay to put the caulking around it, so it should be all right. And then the last piece, if I can get over here to show you, is they had one there for $40, but it didn't have the extra casing on it. I think it just had this part, and this is the part. It was scored like all right up in here, and this was the loosey-goosey one. This pretty much fell right out. And I would have shown this first thing, but this was the only part. They had this part for sale. They also had a 50, but I was trying to make sure that I buy the 30 that goes with the... But then this part got charred as well. They also give you a rubber as well, and then they give you this, like, internal... This part was all charred too. I'm going to have to make a hole to run it through there, but... Or, sorry, not hole, but see right here at the top. That's where I can run the wire in there and then tighten it. But that was all charred. Even part of the cable was charred a little. But all of that, and then this whole part, there was chunks of it coming off, and the cord, when I pulled it off, it was a bunch of... I couldn't reuse that cord. There was no way that I was just gonna have to replace it all. I'm not looking forward to doing the wiring part of it. I've done similar electrical stuff before when I did sort of the off-grid and traveling type thing in my past, but I'm just not a huge fan of it. And I know I can't get an electrician out here like ASAP, but I'm just worried about doing it. And then I'm like, oh crap, you know, like not quite getting it on there quite as good. So anyway, I just wanted to give you all a quick update. Not really quick update, but you know, 15-20 minute one. So I'm gonna wrap this up anyway, just real quick. I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you all this week. You saw the, like, I'm doing all my emotions, but nobody can hear or see me. Like I said, I had some microphone issues last week, and I recorded that whole thing, and I was like, yes, I was gonna do it over, or I was gonna record the audio on top of it later, and then in it, I said no, I need to. Sadly, I'm in a position where it's just too busy, and I just can't redo it. So I'm just gonna have to. I wanted to just drop one later in the week, and then give you folks one again, or try to work the details out for weekend update on Sunday. But I don't know if I can't get this electrical thing work. I'm trying to get it up and going by this afternoon, and I got to get right on it while I still have light outside. So I mean, I admittedly went right in town so I can have that little span of time in the middle. To be honest, I would have preferred to have made my lunch here and had tuna and then done all that. But anyway, so that's my project for the afternoon. I got some other homework I had to do. I'm working with a credit union, the ones that help me get my RV right now. We're trying to tweak some stuff for, I hope, paying the cards off and stuff, but we're gonna see. I don't know well, I should find out by either the end of today or tomorrow. And then we're doing some legal stuff with one of my lawyers about straightening out some of the military paperwork. That just arrived today. Thank goodness he's a notary, so I got to call him and we got to do that. But I got to get electrical back up and running. So, and I know that soon I'll be going back to off-grid for a while when, or if I head to the Portland area again. Not Portland, Oregon. I'm trying to work out some details down there as well right now. I just want to go. I don't want to be here anymore, but I'm trying to sit still, get these bills paid down, and then get through that 3-6 months where everything gives you a better score. I'm in a little bit better bargaining position. And it just sucks because you can't. I don't get it. I know a person that makes like $400 a month. And I make a lot more than that. That's all I'm going to say. And they've been able to pull through. Now, I know everybody's situation is different, who we talk to, and the red tape, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm a vet, and I can't get COE, and I can't get zero down, and I can't get first-time home buyers. I've already gone through that mess. And then I'm getting a whole bunch of horrible banks that just go, just sell it. It's not that simple. You should be able to pull some money out before you sell it. And we've seen other people do that similar thing, and it's ridiculous that I got to go through such hassles here. All I'm trying to do is get another property. You'd think with all the clatter, I'm not gonna. All these other things are going on. I'm not gonna get too much in depth for them right now because it's just gonna get me all worked up. And they'll be like, breathe. It's not about breathing. Let's put you in the situation. I'm like, no, I'm not going to have drugs. I'm not going to have pot. And I'm not going to do other things to try to bring me down. It's just someone should be allowed to frustrate and share that with you until they can bounce back. And it's a very healthy way to do it if you've got the right listener and the right kind of ear, instead of someone just doing the negative part of listening, if you follow my meaning. But with that said, I'm going to kind of wrap things up. With that said, take 2 adapters when your electrical gets scowled. I know that's actually a thing from Avatar. Not the animated Avatar, the Avatar, James Cameron Avatar. But we all get scarred. Take 2 of those things, call me in the morning, and once again, we will see you later.